evening, everyone. It is my distinct honor tonight to be paying tribute to a man who I admire, I aspire to be, and who inspires everyone around him every day. I'm talking, of course, about Mr. Josiah Go. No, I'm kidding. Talking about Mr. John Concepcion, of course. So John started building his ice cream empire when he was only 28. At that time, Selecta had less than 10% share, dwarfed by a giant that had been around for generations. Today, David has slain Goliath many times over, as Selecta now controls over 70% of the ice cream market and is one of the biggest ice cream manufacturers in Southeast Asia, second only to Unilever Indonesia. Imagine how small our country is compared to Indonesia. John next set his sights on the restaurant business. One would be forgiven to think that what he did with Selecta might have only been a one-hit wonder, a feat that was also generously sprinkled with an S-load of luck. And yet, what he did with Yabu has turned the restaurant business on its head. Yabu not only ushered in a new standard for the katsu industry, it did so for the whole restaurant business. People now demand authenticity, sublime service, artisanship, and flair. Words that describe the very man himself. Next. Having said all this, I haven't really shared what I admire about John the most. What I am really in awe of is John's unique talent of turning everything into a success, despite the fact that he is really, actually, incredibly lazy. Ang galing niya, magic. I kid you not. Do you know what he did when he first found out he won an award and he had to make a speech? He emailed me. Jamie, you got me into this. Help me write the speech. Truth. I kid you not. So, of course, I replied, John, you have got to be kidding me. He was not. I ignored him. So let's all hope to God he's got something later. But seriously, what I mean to drive at is John is incredible at working through people, extracting the best out of them, and he does this effortlessly, without breaking a sweat. In his book about Steve Jobs, Walter Isaacson coined the term reality distortion field. It referred to how the late Steve Jobs somehow bent reality or stretched the truth to suit him. Now, that doesn't really sound all that flattering. But in one specific way, its application reminded me so much about John, because this reality distortion field also made people deliver more than what they thought possible, just because Steve Jobs had supreme and absolute confidence they could. And that is also John's gift. Through sheer passion, will, creativity, and drive. Okay, I lost my notes. Okay. Through sheer passion, will, creativity, and drive, John exacted and enabled us to stretch and grow beyond our limits, creating something enduring we are all passionately and possessively proud about. He created a vision so compelling, it kept us inspired, challenged, and hungry. So, as lazy as he is the yardstick by which we measure our own level of leadership. As tough as he is, we are all loyal and grateful to him for taking us along for the ride. Personally, I wouldn't be where I am today without John's mentorship, guidance, tough love, and all my successes, past, present, and future, will always be in some way attributable to John. So tonight, I am filled with absolute joy and pride to finally have the proper stage to honor my coach and mentor in front of esteemed company. Please welcome to the stage the most successful lazy person I know, Mr. John Concepcion.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Jamie, for a really inspiring, touching speech. It's a great honor for me to be included in the first Marketing Masters Award. and to be amongst great marketing minds like Noel, Edith, and Margot. Of course, Jamie, thank you for nominating me. Jamie has been a pillar in Selecta. I remember the days when we were slugging it out with competition, and there was basically nobody else in the marketing team except her there. And we were trying to crack the strategy to beat the competition. And it was a tough job. But those same strategies that we crafted many years ago are the same strategies that we continue to do today. And it took a very passionate person who loves the business to find that strategy and to take Selecta to where it is right now. So many thanks, Jamie, for that. So 25 years ago, RFM bought Selecta. It's the same anniversary as Mansmith. 25 years ago, I also got married. In fact, I would say many people would say I have two wives, Selecta and my wife, Peachy. And as the business would grow, my family would grow as well. And I would just want to thank my wife, Peachy, for always being patient and supportive of me all these times. You know, I have a good co-pilot, and I don't think I would have reached and fly this high if not for her. So thank you, Peachy. So 25 years ago, Selecta was a small company, while Magnolia was the market leader, dominated the Philippine ice cream market. We set a vision to become the biggest ice cream player in Southeast Asia. And that was a bold vision considering that we barely had one market share in Nielsen. So planning to beat Magnolia and then planning to become the biggest in Southeast Asia was insane. But nevertheless, we set that vision. Today, Selecta, or Unilever RFM Ice Cream Incorporated, is not only the market leader in the Philippines, but the second largest ice cream company, second to Indonesia. And it's a feat that we're very proud about. And hopefully one day we will be the biggest in Southeast Asia. Right down. So dreams do come true. I think you just have to believe in it and work hard. And it can happen. And as my dad would always say, joke on, yes, the Filipino can. And I really believe that. So the organizers asked us to answer two questions. No? They were not easy questions, and I'll try to answer them. So the first question was, name the most important marketing lesson from a professional crisis in my career. That was a tough one. So the first rule of marketing is to break all rules. And I'll do that tonight by breaking the rule and not giving you one lesson, but 5 lessons. These are lessons perhaps that are very close to my heart, and it's something that I would always share with my team. So something that is very close to me that I started at the start of my career, and I continue up to today. It's the power of focus. It's amazing what you can do with just focusing on one item there. And I firmly believe you just do one item, but you aim to become the best. You know, there were many opportunities in the Selecta brand to expand into other categories. But we just decided to just stay in one thing, and that's ice cream. It was fairly small, but it said we will be the best in ice cream. And we told ourselves we want to become the expert, and that we did. So a few years ago, I got into the restaurant business. So instead of choosing a concept that caters to what sort of cuisine that you have, from Japanese cuisine or Italian cuisine, I said, let me focus on one dish. And that happens to be the katsu dish. And from there, we created the Yabu brand. That was followed by another dish called ramen, and we have another brand called Ipuda. It's a global brand that is very popular around the world. So I think consumers will always want the best, and they will choose from an expert. And I really think that is the power of really being focused. The second lesson that is very dear to my heart is you have to love what you do. It's no rocket science to this, but I guess life is too short to do something that you don't enjoy doing. And I firmly believe if you love something that you do, you will be good at it, very clearly. Third lesson I would always share with my team is there's no shortcuts in life, and my son is here to listen to that. It's really hard work, the value of hard work. There's nothing to it. There's no shortcuts. You really have to put the hours in there to succeed. But if you love what you do, I guess work won't be so hard, and it just ignites your passion. No? Another learning is excellence in mindset. The importance of just and perhaps it's very gratifying. I'm with a joint venture, Unilever, and it's a multinational company that is a company that is an excellent company and just espouses excellence. And it's all about continuous improvement, setting the bar, raising the bar. And I guess in the process, it's also continuously learning from your own mistakes, reading books, but just constantly getting that mind, no matter how old you are, to constantly learn. And I strongly recommend attending Mansmith courses and keep that learning going on. And last one, but not least, is think like an entrepreneur. I guess in today's world, there's so much data, process, policy, systems, bureaucracy, you name it, it's all there. I think those things are important, but you need to find the right balance to manage complexity. Try to keep things simple, is what I would always tell the people around me here. And sometimes you've got to listen to your instincts and just do it. Just make it happen. And I always look at a Chinese man who are billionaires, and yet they did not even finish school. And they rely on their gut feel and street smart, and they let that instincts kick in, and they act very quickly. So these are the learnings that I started in my career, made some mistakes in the process, but I hold them dearly, and I would always share this with people around me. The second question that was asked is to share a story about the most challenging mentorship. I don't really have a story to share with you, but let me answer the question this way. I look for people who have competency and character. Competency, I guess, is the easier part. The more difficult job there is to find people with character. As they say, competency can be learned, but character is something from within. It's inside your heart. Character is all about having the right values, the good work ethics, the passion, the drive, and the points I said earlier. So I try to make sure that we have the right people who deserve that mentorship. I guess life is too short to waste mentoring the wrong people. And I guess that's why I married my wife, and she's my mentor. Yeah, it's really, when you work with people that like to be coached, and then the whole process is very nice. It becomes a very vicious cycle that you coach each other, and that's how you grow. So, in closing, let me just congratulate the fellow awardees, Noel, Didith, and Margot, and to Mansmith and Fielders. Congratulations on your silver anniversary. It's the same anniversary also with Selecta, and on your 10th YMMA anniversary, and for your new advocacy, Marketing Masters. And I'm sure this endeavor will be just as successful as all of your endeavors. More power to Mansmith, and keep producing the marketing rock stars. Thank you and good evening.